Welcome class back to chapter 4, adding images. This video will cover our second lesson, which is enhance an image and use alternate text. So after you place an image on a web page, you have several options for enhancing it or improving its appearance. You can remove, say, scratches from it, or maybe it just appears a little bit blurry, or maybe there's parts of it that need to be erased. Anytime that we need to enhance or modify an image, we're going to use an image editor to do so. So Dreamweaver does not have that capability, so you could use something like Adobe Photoshop. We can enhance images and how they appear on our page, so how the image appears on the page, not essentially, the details about the image. We can use borders. We can add horizontal and vertical space to not have our text crowding our image. And so that's how we're going to enhance our image. So again, if you need to modify the image itself, you're going to use an external image editor to do so. An example, Photoshop. So you can add that horizontal vertical space so that either top or bottom or to the right and left of an image, and we're going to use margins to do so, and to add borders we're going to add border properties. We're also going to make sure that we use alternate text on every image that we insert into our page. This alternate text is information that is going to be used or read to those that have a screen reader, or if the image just doesn't download it, that text will appear in the place of that image, not displaying it. So screen readers, they're used by persons with visual impairments to convert written text on a computer monitor to spoken words. They can read that alternate text and make it possible for viewers to have an image described to them in detail. So this is another place that you can use search engine optimization. So put some keywords in your alternate text. So again, I showed you this in lesson 1. So this is the alt box in the Properties Inspector. You're also welcome to use Code View. It doesn't matter, it's just going to be inserted in Code View anyway. So let's look at pages 16 through 19. So back to our About Us page. I'm going to go ahead and get this displayed back to full size and get back to source code. Let's bring this down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to be in our CSS Designers panel. Drag this down. And so we want to look at that global image float that we created in lesson 1. So I'm going to uncheck the show set because I want to add more properties to it, and I'm going to work with border. So border, I'm going to work with all 4 sides of it, and the width that I'm going to set for that is thin. And then I'm going to do the style of solid, and then the color is going to be like a dark gray. So I'll just choose something here in the swatch and then hit enter. Okay, and we're probably all going to have different hex numbers, so that's totally fine. Now if I move or collapse this down, I can see all of my properties. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse the CS Designer panel. If I click outside of the image, I can see that thin border. Okay, it's solid. It's not dashed or anything like that. And then that is the color that I selected. Now, if I test out through mobile view and drag my slider, I'm going to still see that I have that border. And as I go into tablet and to desktop views, I still have that border as well. Because again, when we style things globally, everything is inherited below. So this border is now been inherited into tablet view, which is then inherited into desktop view. Okay, so I don't need to redefine it in both places. Okay, we're also going to add in some spacing because this is too crowded. This does not look good. So I'll go ahead and jump back into Design View, and it looks like I accidentally closed out my CSS Designers panel. So let's go ahead and get that open back up. And global again, find my image float, uncheck the show set, and this time we're going to go into layout as well. And we're going to add in margins. Now the margins are going to be applied to all 4 sides. So when we do all 4 sides the same amount, we click on the link box in the middle, and then we'll add in the amount to any one of those boxes, or any one to these numbers here. And I don't have to type the PX, I can just hit enter, and now it's applied to all 4 sides. So again, globally, and then all the way down. So let's go ahead and collapse. Oh, actually collapse that. And now we can see we have some nice spacing, 10 pixels. Now if you feel that you want to have different numbers for top and bottom, or maybe you don't even want to have any on the left side, just adjust the numbers. So let's go ahead and switch to live view. Okay, and so when you're doing Coffee Shop, you might notice that maybe you just don't want the amount of spacing for the global. So maybe you set the margins for tablet and desktop and not on global. Okay, so test it out if that's your choice that you make. Okay, page 18, we are not going to complete as instructed in the book. And here's the reason why. Okay, so remember when I started this, I said that you're not going to be able to edit your images. When you want to edit images, you're going to go to an external photo editor to do so. So we're not going to do page 18 at all because we don't have the option anymore to do so. Okay, alternate text is what we're going to add here. And really what we're not adding it, we're modifying it. So if I click on the Clubhouse image, get back to my design view, and if I go to source code, I can edit it right here in code, or again, I can use the properties inspector to do so. So I'm going to add in the striped umbrella Clubhouse. So whatever I have here, again, I want you to place in title. So I'll just copy and paste that. Now let's look at title, because that has a little description on this page right here. So there's a simple method you can use to force alternate text to appear in a browser when the mouse is held over an image. To do this, add a title tag. Okay, and it's not a title tag, it's a title attribute to the image tag. So here is an example of it. Here's title. So again, whatever we put in alt, just put it in the title box as well, or you can type it in your code view as well. Okay, so that is lesson 2. Questions, let me know.